Welcome to the Wonder Garden channel. When you have orchids with rotten bases and fallen leaves like this, don't rush to throw them away. As long as the plant still has one green leaf or the base is still healthy, we can still help the plant grow roots and develop again. With just a few simple ingredients available in the kitchen, if done correctly, your orchid can completely recover, grow again, and even bloom once more. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe to the Wonder Garden channel so you won't miss any useful orchid care tips. Let's get started. First, you need to cut off the entire rotten base, keeping only the green and healthy leaf. In this case, I will only keep the top leaf that contains the crown bud. This is very important because when the plant begins to grow roots and recover, the crown bud can still continue to develop into a new stem and new leaves. In addition to the English voice, we have now created dubbed voices in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on Settings, the gear icon, to select the appropriate audio language. After separating and keeping only the healthy top leaf, I will rinse this leaf with clean water to remove dirt, bacteria, and impurities still attached to the leaf surface, helping the plant become cleaner and safer before proceeding with the next treatment steps. To treat this orchid leaf, I will use about 10 grams of fresh ginger. Ginger contains many natural antibacterial and antifungal compounds that help clean the leaf surface and limit the development of harmful bacteria. In addition, some natural nutrients in ginger can also help stimulate the orchid to recover and support the formation of new roots. If you want to learn the secret to caring for Phalaenopsis orchids, make sure to watch this video carefully until the end. Your orchids will become strong, grow new roots, and bloom vibrantly all year round. After slicing the ginger into small pieces, I will put all of it into a clean glass cup. The next ingredient I use is rice. Rice contains many B vitamins, starch, and some natural minerals that help provide nutrients and support the recovery process of the orchid. After adding about 3 spoons of rice, I will pour about 500 milliliters of warm water into the cup. Warm water helps the nutrients from the ginger and rice be extracted faster, creating a natural solution that helps clean and stimulate the orchid to develop new roots. Finally, cover it and let the solution steep for 2 hours. After 2 hours, when the solution has soaked long enough, I will filter out all the ginger and rice, keeping only the extracted liquid. Next, to ensure the solution has a suitable and safe concentration for the orchid, I will dilute it with about 1 liter of clean water. Then stir well so the solution is completely mixed. At this point, we have a natural solution that helps clean and stimulate the orchid to recover, while creating conditions for new roots to begin forming. First, I will use a soft cotton pad soaked in the solution and gently wipe the entire surface of the orchid leaf with the ginger and rice water solution. This helps clean the leaf surface, remove dirt and bacteria, and also helps the leaf absorb some natural nutrients from the solution. Next, I will soak the entire leaf in the solution for about 10 minutes. During this time, the nutrients in the ginger and rice will gradually penetrate the leaf tissue, helping strengthen the vitality of the leaf and support the formation of new roots during the recovery stage. After 10 minutes, I will take the orchid leaf out and use dry cotton to absorb the excess solution. To propagate this orchid leaf, I will use a plastic bottle, then cut off the bottle mouth like this so that the orchid leaf can be placed inside easily. Next, I will use a little moist moss to place at the bottom of the bottle. This moss layer will maintain stable humidity and create a favorable environment for the orchid leaf to begin forming new roots. Finally, I will place the orchid leaf inside the bottle so that the leaf stem faces downward and lightly touches the moss layer. Thanks to the moisture from the moss, the orchid leaf will be stimulated to develop roots and gradually form a new orchid plant. After that, close the bottle cap and place the bottle in a cool and airy place with gentle light, avoiding direct sunlight to keep a stable environment for the orchid leaf to develop. During this time, about once every 3 days, open the bottle cap and use a spray bottle to lightly mist the leaf and the moss inside, then close the cap again to maintain the necessary humidity that helps stimulate the orchid leaf to grow roots and form new shoots. At this stage, the leaf will absorb moisture from the environment inside the bottle. This helps stimulate the formation of new roots and awaken the dormant tissues at the base of the leaf stem. When humidity and environmental conditions remain stable, the orchid leaf will gradually develop young roots and begin forming a new plant shoot. Results after 2 months. After 2 months, I will take the orchid leaf out to check it. The result is truly surprising. The orchid has grown many new healthy roots. Not only that, the bud in the center of the leaf has also begun to produce new young leaves. This proves that as long as the leaf remains healthy and is cared for properly, the orchid can completely regenerate, grow roots, and develop into a new orchid plant. When the orchid has become healthy and developed many roots like this, I will proceed to plant the orchid back into the outside environment so it can continue growing. First, you need to insert a support stick into the pot to keep the plant standing firmly. I will place a small piece of foam in the middle of the pot, then fill pine bark around it to secure the foam. Next, I insert a small metal rod to serve as a stake to support the orchid plant. Then, I add more pine bark into the pot, adjusting it so that when the orchid is placed inside, the base of the plant is not buried too deeply below the surface of the pot, allowing the roots to have enough airspace to develop. Once the plant is positioned correctly, I will use a zip tie to gently secure the orchid stem to the support stick so the plant does not move during the growth process. Next, I add a thin layer of pine bark around the base of the plant, and finally cover the top with a thin layer of moss to retain moisture for the roots and create a favorable environment for the orchid to quickly adapt and continue growing healthily. So, now we have completed the process of replanting the orchid. From this point on, you only need to care for it like other normal orchid plants. Place the plant in a cool and airy location, avoiding direct sunlight. Results after 5 months. After 5 months since replanting, you can see that the orchid has developed into a mature plant with a strong root system firmly attached to the growing medium and glossy green leaves that look fresh and vigorous. Even more special, a new flower spike has begun to appear, signaling that the orchid's vibrant blooming season is gradually returning. From this result, you can see that with proper care, even orchids that only have a few green leaves remaining can recover, grow into mature plants, and bloom again. Take care of your orchids with love, and they will reward you with beautiful flower spikes and vibrant blossoms. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe to the Wonder Garden channel, and share so more people can learn about these simple orchid care tips.